I'm going to make a quick video on fixing your heater boxes. A couple things I'm going to touch on this is on your lowered car and also on just repairing a heater box for stock exhaust. One of the problems you had on your lowered car is you're always scraping the ground, and it seems like your extractor wants to slide off of here like all the time. And maybe you're going to get tired of that, which I got so tired of it. I just raised my cars back up, so maybe that was an option. But we used to use, some of the guys were actually running stock exhaust just because the stock exhaust tucks up underneath a little even better and doesn't hook up and fall off quite as easy as the extractor when you use the header type thing. So anyway, but if you want to run the stock exhaust and you're not going to lower your car, you start out by, if you have your heater boxes break off, you kind of have to understand a little bit about how the heater box works. There's a lot of additional technology in the original heater boxes that there may not be even in the aftermarket ones. And they're a little more complicated than they might look. So a lot of times, you want to inspect the bottom of your heater box to make sure there's not rust holes in there. If there is, you can actually just repair that. A lot of people will just throw those away, and I say, and buy new ones. And the new ones may not even be as good a quality as the old ones, because let me kind of explain how these things work. It was a steel tube, okay, with a aluminum around the outside of it. So this part right here is actually aluminum, and you'll know that if you try to put these on. Is this part's aluminum, and it actually had maybe a ceramic coating and stuff like that, and I don't know exactly why they used aluminum. Maybe because it heats up quicker than steel or a cast iron. So that's what I'm imagining, so that your car could you could get the heat into your car quicker. But what happens a lot on these is this part will actually break off of the heater box, and a lot of people, again, they throw them away. It's still a good heater box. It's an easy repair. You can buy these things here. They're about $10. Ampy makes some. I'm sure there's other companies that do. And what it is it has this little tapered edge, and you have to fit this in so that it slides inside your exhaust. And then what you do is you take and grind back the aluminum. So if you see, this is already welded, but what we did is ground back the aluminum back far enough so that you can weld in there, and then just go ahead and weld it into place. And that will fix that problem from the broken heater box ends. Even if they're rusted through on the bottoms, make sure that there's no exhaust leaks inside. You don't want an exhaust leaking into your heater box, because that'll go inside the car, and it would bring carbon monoxide poisoning into the car, which wouldn't be good. So, but you can actually repair the bottoms if they're rusted out, because what happens a lot of times is they'll sit outside somewhere and water will get in here, set in the bottom of here, and rust out and put rust holes. I mean, I've even taken like foil tape and covered up those areas, because as long as it's not leaking, usually that's okay. They don't get hot enough to where the foil tape will come off, and I'll take and put a little bit of caulking around that and actually leave that just like that for some of my cars I've ran many years ago. But if you're looking for a more permanent repair, you can actually just use metal and just weld a piece in. Okay, and so the other thing that happens on these is, again, when you have your lowered car, I'm going to cover that, is your extractor keeps coming off. So what we would do is go to Exhaust Supply and buy flanges. So what a flange is, I'll show you. I think they actually sell these now in kits. We used to have to go to Exhaust Supply. I think they actually sell it. MP might even make one of these. I don't lower my cars anymore, so I don't remember. I haven't looked at the shop to see what they have. But you can buy this flange here, and what you do is you buy 2 of these, and you go ahead and you put on your exhaust, put it in place, and actually put it on the car like this. And what we do is just like this, we'd have it on the car, and we would just cut this off and put the two flange pieces in and then weld them in place. So then you have a flange there so that it's actually bolted on. I always thought this design was kind of odd with this clamp, because it seems like they slide off every time you go over a bump, especially when it's lowered. But actually my stock bug is lowered with the stock exhaust, and they very rarely ever hit the ground. So then also available, again, a cheap part from Empty, you probably have to do some modifications to it, is if you're missing the, like this one here was missing these, and this part's free and working. A lot of times they'll seize up here. You can use penetrating lubricant, get this thing back working again, make sure it opens and shuts all the way inside, and the spring is doing its job. And they have these repair kits here, so you can buy this here, and this is the arm, and they have a right and left for these. Actually, it goes this way. They have a right and left for these, and actually maybe they don't. Yeah, left. They have a right and left for these, and you can actually buy this little lever here, put it on, and then you put on your little thing here, and it comes with a barrel nut and all the stuff you need. In fact, it even comes, look at that, it even comes with exhaust gaskets, so it's kind of nice. And you actually can repair your heater box. So before you go and buy brand new ones, you might want to try and save your old ones, because the new ones apparently don't have as much technology built into the, see how this is aluminum, see how it's steel here, and this is aluminum, okay? And the way that they're built, they're just not built the same as the original ones. So they're, kind of a generic, cheap version of it. And so the original ones are always better to repair if you have some. If you don't have any and you can't find any, then that's when you can have to go with the aftermarket ones. But don't think it because you're going aftermarket or new that it's going to be better than an old used one that you repaired. So anyway, that's a little bit about heater boxes and how to repair them. Some of the things that you can do, and save the old heater boxes. Don't throw them away. Talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe.